Play number 2. I know Trevor got that old GTA notebook. Watch what he do. Left, down, circle, hold R2, and now he's out of there. Wait, there's one more button. Hit right, and that cheat code just got activated, and that's play number 2. But at play number 1, y'all resellers, get y'all bots ready, because we got a Saturday release. Them Air Vontae ones dropping. Oh my goodness, y'all see what he just did? That is a touchdown, and that's play number.
What up, everybody? How you doing? This is the host of the Buzzing with Marlo podcast, and I am yours truly, Warren Marlo. And guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, most importantly, subscribe, hit that bell. I'm telling y'all hit it. Y'all will be notified whenever we are live, whenever there's a new episode out. And of course, you can catch us on all audio platforms as well. Just to name a few. I would say Google Podcasts, but they are about to ship over to a new streaming website. So, of course, we got Good Pods. We got all Apple products. We have even Spotify, iHeartRadio, and many, many more. Wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. Major shout out to Good Pods and Spotify. We were ranked in the top 10 again. Thank y'all. Just got the email again. Like, that's still insane to know, like, the list that we were ahead on Good Pods. That's insane. Being ahead of, some of the podcasts that I listen to, Jim Cornette, Bruce Pritchard, and a couple other guys, man. It's just really cool to see that thing, because I don't really post a lot of wrestling content on the audio platform, so it's really cool just to see that interaction and stuff like that. Yes, thank you. But guys, as you see the background, as you see it ready to go, it's been a lot of stuff going on in wrestling, a lot of reveals going on. The freaking Kansas City Chiefs have won once again. We're in the twilight zone. I feel like we've shipped NFL straight over to college. I don't know. I thought we got rid of Tom Brady. I thought, hey, it was going to be a fair, even game. 49ers looked like they were going to win. I said it literally when they were going for that field goal. I said they were going to lose. My wife looked at me and said, how would you say that? I said, watch. Pat Mahomes going to do what Pat Mahomes does best. Travis Kelce wasn't activated at half of the game, and all of a sudden, choom, touchdown. Told you. But big shout out to both teams. They played their butts off in overtime. When I say both teams, I got to say the defenses. That was a defensive game. I love watching games like that. Defenses getting active like they did, especially shutting down Mahomes for a good portion of the game. They just got it at the end. I mean, good Lord. And all I needed, today is Valentine's Day, or what we call Wiener Christmas. There was a bet we had going on basically saying if Travis Kelce proposed to Taylor Swift, my wife and me had a nice little bet, and Travis Kelce let me down. He let me down, and he let down half the million people on Vegas. So you won the Super Bowl, and you didn't even get the proposal that the NFL asked you to do. So I guess it's a letdown. But guys, other than the football chat, whatever, we can get into that. We've got some dad rants. We got some talk about some wrestling. We're going to have some fun today. Like I said, it is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's to you, your family, your loved ones, and even if you're single, happy Valentine's to you. But guys, as you can tell, it's Wednesday. Let's get it. So Brian B, play it out, pimp. Let's go. It is time for some commission, baby. Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring.
Warren Marlo, the American Prodigy. Dre on me.
Oh, that was a great night. I love that. The boys just having that ending.
Man, and Brian B.
I personally feel like Gabe made the right decision by not. I think he gained a ton of acknowledgement from their matches with Gunther, taking him to the limits and them showing that.
Commission Talks.
Let's
It's
go.
time. It's
Let's
time.
go. What's up,
What's
man?
going
It's
on?
my boy Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast. And of course, Brian B will be with us pretty soon. He just had to have his voice heard in that awesome intro. Dre, man, how you doing, bro?
Man, it's Wednesday. It's Valentine's Day, so it's going well, man. One thing I was gonna say though, when you was talking about Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey, look here, that the game was definitely a defensive game though, and shout out to the San Francisco 49ers, but let's
Lead
not fake,
twice.
let's not sit here and act like the Kansas City Chiefs was already, gonna win the whole damn thing, man. For real. When they was down 10, what was it, 10-3 at the halftime, I said, watch Patrick Mahomes ass come back and win the damn game. And
It's
then
like
when
watching.
they
It's
go-
like watching a college football game. Like,
then-
bro, like
then-
it's just it. I remember when there was one particular team. It's the Florida State Seminoles. There was a team that was up by 3 touchdowns, bro. The broadcast analyst said that's not enough for them to win. And then needless to say, come back and win. And I'm just like, come on, bro. Like,
Look
that's
at
how I
it.
felt.
What made it worse though after the Super Bowl though, and I'm glad Travis Kelsey didn't propose to
Yeah,
Shorty though,
one damn
regardless of how much money she had. But what made it worse though is after the Super Bowl, how the guys came out on San Francisco 49ers and talked about how they didn't know about the overtime rules. Man, I thought that made you guys look even worse though. Like, come on, you guys really didn't lose the game. Patrick Mahomes won it. But then you guys come out and say, you know what? We didn't know nothing about that.
I wouldn't have bothered with that field goal. I would have went for it, like flat out. And I do like the new overtime rules because it does give an opportunity. Because say like if the Chiefs got the ball and they instantly scored, that'd been game. Like you didn't even have a chance to even do that. I know the reason why they reversed those rules because if anybody don't remember, when the Buffalo Bills would lose to the Chiefs, like in the AFC Championship game, every year. It felt like it would always be based off an overtime rule. And I mean, Josh Allen, he would be like a nightmare, like consistently throwing dimes, boom, boom, boom. They got an overtime. He didn't even get a chance to get the ball. Like Kansas City just scored on 3 plays, and that was it. And it was like, bro, he couldn't even have a chance to defend it. So I am glad about the new overtime rules a little bit just because, like I said, it does give an opportunity for the next team. Now, say if it was the Jacksonville Jaguars or the Baltimore Ravens and we score first, yeah, we ain't going to like the new overtime rules if that's the case. But it is what it is. I mean, the Super Bowl, the game itself wasn't bad. I will say I was really glad it wasn't just a blowout. I was really glad that, the biggest test was you had 2 high-powered offenses. Kansas City, believe it or not, even though we don't want to say it, they were actually portrayed as the underdogs because San Francisco, they were more relaxed, more ready to go than Kansas City because Kansas City was consistently playing game after game after game. San Fran was already locked in after the first round. So it was like, seeing that what happened, and the biggest question was, what is Brock Purdy ready for that big moment opportunity? And, he played pretty decent, but, all the receivers on both ends felt like they had butter on their hands because they couldn't catch shit.
Yeah. Cool game, though. Cool game.
But other than that, man, obviously we talk about the Super Bowl commercials being the best thing of it. I think they really lacked this year. What do you think?
Most definitely. I don't know if I said this to you, though, but, now with everything is going so can't get it. Okay. Excuse me. With everything going so digital and everyone is streaming, everything. So it's like the commercials ain't really got that hype like they once were. Everyone was more so hyped for the halftime show, but the commercials, it was one commercial, maybe 2, but I can't even remember what they were, but I thought they were kind of cool. But now everyone don't even want to watch fucking 5 seconds of a commercial, that's why, yeah, it is though, so you got TikTok, you got social media, you got YouTube, you ain't about to sit through those commercials.
The craziest thing is like me and you, we're big on movies. We love, that we've been waiting on these big anticipated
movie
trailers.
Yeah.
Bro,
I
think we only got maybe 2 maybe 2 or 3 at the most. I mean, of course, we got Deadpool and Wolverine, so we got that one.
A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place.
Yep, The Quiet Place. That
Yeah.
was interesting. I ain't gonna lie. The one that intrigued me the most, and I was a little skeptical at first, just because of how good the '90s version of it was Twister. I'm looking forward to
yeah.
that film. That
Yeah,
looks really good.
My movie. That was my movie
That
growing up.
looks really freaking good. I was skeptical
Yeah.
as I was wondering who's going to play Bill Patton's role, and I was looking. I was like, okay, I'm cool with that one. I'm cool with that one.
Yeah.
And watching the trailer, how they produced it and stuff, I'm like, you got to think the newer graphics and stuff now. Like, come on, bro, it could be really good. And Brian's agreeing with us as well.
Most definitely. Most
But
definitely.
yeah, man, Twister, I think it's gonna be really freaking good. I'm excited to see that one. That movie made me just haunt. You know, living in Florida, hurricanes, we kind of like laugh at them somewhat, but it's like when you watch that movie Twister, you don't want to see no damn tornado.
Hell yeah, man. Growing up.
Big old whirlwind out of nowhere. Like it just hot as can be, and then all of a sudden it just dark as can be, and then you hear this like train sounding thing for
Look
the
at-
next hour.
Look at in DC, man. We get bad weather, but as far as tornadoes concerns though, nowhere near it. So
Sure
growing up, man, watching that movie, I was like, oh shit. I you know, like in a lot of cases, you know, you really can't control the places sometimes when you grow up in, or where you grow up, or where you're just living at, or whatever. But I was just like, dude, I do not want to be there. You know, like the daggone tornadoes and shit. Like, but yeah,
it's crazy, bro.
good movie though. Good movie.
I was really just curious, like who was going to be in the cast and stuff, and I liked how they were talking about. And my biggest worry was also because you remember how '90s Wizard of Oz was like a big thing, even for the male audience. We didn't care for Wizard of Oz, but it was a thing, and them quoting that machine Dorothy in the newer one too. My biggest worry was would the newer audience understand that? Would they understand why that machine's name was Dorothy and stuff like that? So, I mean, I'm pretty excited for it. But there was also another commercial that we were pretty interested in, and I think that will be our first topic of the day. WWE combining with sports now with the NFL. I mean, bro, I felt like we were going to get like a Matrix type commercial for a second. Didn't you feel like it? You know, Neo meeting those daggone the Matrix droids again. Like I was like, what are we getting out of here? And then I saw the WWE logo. I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, look at when after like I mean it was like 6 o'clock and I got on social media, people was talking. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Then I got on and I was like, oh man, this is look at when The Rock came back, man. He brought the whole team with him. That's
You
how I
brought
feel like.
$7 with them, that's for sure.
And not only that, though, Triple H, Kevin Dunn is no longer with the company as well, and he's been like the producer for WWE for a long time. And since he, you know, is no longer with the company, you start seeing these great CGI effects and you know these outside camera shots, and you know, a lot of people. If you look at the comments, a lot of people say cinema. That's basically what it is. Yeah. Like so, like I said, with The Rock, man, coming back and on the board, and with this whole thing got going on right now, like it's gonna be top notch, man. It really is. So, I was ecstatic about it though. I think it's awesome, man, for them to put the four biggest, you know, besides The Rock, got Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes. Them are the three biggest wrestlers in the WWE right now, along with The Rock. You know, like it's like, come on, man. Like, and then it raised a whole lot of eyebrows. Like, okay, wait a minute. You know, like right now, you can't predict the shit right now. Like, is it going to be a tag team match? Is Cody going to go one-on-one? Is The Rock going to take on Seth Rollins? Is The Rock going to do what? Like, you can't predict the shit. And I like that. I like it.
I love it. Yes.
And I think that's, you know, one thing, you know, The Rock talk about the long gamer and Triple H talking about, oh, we about to take this shit to a whole nother level. I sincerely believe it because a lot of times, like I said, WWE have these little quotes and sayings like, "Oh, this is going to be the greatest night ever," or "Oh, this is going to be," and it'd be like, "Okay, yeah, all right." But now it's like you feeling like they on the verge of becoming mainstream again, like it was in the late '90s, early 2000s. So yeah, man, I think
Uh,
this is gonna be something else.
all we're doing right now is the first topic. We're talking about the thoughts of the WrestleMania Super Bowl commercial. Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Yeah, Dre, I agree, bro. Like the funny thing is, the one that's writing, the producing, the same stuff that Kevin Dunn did is Brian Gerwaltz. And if anybody doesn't know the work that this man is putting out, man, they about to figure it out soon. We talk about Rock being the GOAT on the mic and stuff. Brian put that to paper and got Rock to, come off the top of the head type scenario and all that. But I mean, the stuff that he did and the way this looks, bro, like I said, man, it looks like a Matrix type final battle type feel. I mean, look at it like, what was that? What's that? Fight Club. I mean, some type of feel to that. And then you got
Look at
Cody, Seth,
when I
you got
when I
Rock,
said
Roman.
when
Like,
when when I said when the Rock back, if the Rock got something to do with it, he is bringing his whole crew, man. Like, and I'm not saying WWE
he's
wouldn't just
bringing
put
Hollywood into WWE completely.
exactly though. Even with his production, crew or whatever, like, and not saying that they would have not came up with this on their own. They, fantastic. That's
What's up, Devin?
WWE.
How you doing, man? How you
Good, what's
doing?
good, Dave? One of the number one thing, or at least the thing WWE is known for and famous for, is they video package. They can
Yes.
create some amazing video packages. So it's not like to say like, oh, since The Rock is back, that's what it is. But this is like I said, it's top notch, man. So
I love what you said at first. You can't predict this right now. Like,
mm,
yeah, that's good and scary at the same time because if you look at it, so many different perspectives. Like, think of it like I use the reference, and I always say this is think of it as you're on a roller coaster. You're on a ride for your first time. Of course, you've seen it, you see what it does and stuff, but it's a different feel when you sit in that ride and it just takes you. Like you could predict, oh, I'm going up and down, but you don't know how many times you're really going up and down, sideways, and all that. Like I
yeah,
feel like we're getting on that magnificent ride to where it's going to be like
yeah,
what
but I
the
don't,
outcome
I
is
don't,
going to be. Wow.
yeah, I don't necessarily look at it as a bad thing. I think for
Mm-mm.
a long time, especially since social media came around, the dirt sheets, everybody wants to be in on it.
Definitely.
Everybody
I
want to
agree.
be in on it. So I think at this time right now, which is creating this buzz, and you just don't know what direction they're going in right now. I think that is exciting because a lot of people, even when I had my guy Kofi Weekston, shout out to him, and he was just talking about how predictable it is. Like you can look at it and be like, oh shit, that's what's about to happen. Oh,
We
that's what's
need
about to
him
happen.
on now because you remember
Like
what he said at that Rumble reaction thing.
exactly. It become a little bit too easy to predict. I was watching the show the other day. Babe said, "Man, how you know what's about to happen?" I told him, "I've been watching this since I was about 8 years old." And at the time, and then it wasn't damn predictable. At least I was a little kid, and I didn't know what it was, today though. But when it becomes that predictable, it takes a little bit of the excitement away from it.
Yeah,
So it's so much excitement into it right now because the
it makes us
unpredictable.
older cats
Yeah,
still feel that 90s attitude era feel. Like, I think it's the best reference what we talk about because, in a way, we are reunited and revamped with that 90s feel when it
and
comes to this
and,
wrestling.
and like Devin just said right here, the best pro wrestling stories are the ones you can't predict though. And even with the bloodline, when the bloodline was starting out, you couldn't predict what was going on right there. You kind of like seeing what was happening. You was like, okay, Jay, Jimmy, Solo, Roman, okay, they all family. That's a bloodline. But the way the twists and turns and the ups and downs, you really couldn't predict it because it's like the it was one of the greatest things that happened. And now, right now, with The Rock and Roman Reigns, we all thought The Rock was coming back and was just gonna have a match with Roman Reigns, and that was gonna be it, and put a whole 360 on it, and turned heel, and now he's alongside with Roman Reigns in this new bloodline, to sort of say.
I think the craziest thing about him turning heel is he's still putting that good guy persona, but a mix of what the fans did to him regarding with his daughter and stuff like that. And I think that's where he can be like, hey, when y'all chose that's why you get this type scenario.
We haven't really seen him be this. I mean, obviously The Rock is still, he's Dwayne Johnson. He's, got the UFL, he got all these movies, he still gotta, be Dwayne Johnson. But I think anything related to WWE wise, since I seen on his IG or whatever he posted, he's just, been straight, going as it the heel way.
Long gamer, what he's called. Every time, every post, hashtag long gamer. And I think it's so good that he's doing that.
And another thing is, though, whether it's in movies, whether you're in WWE, they say it all the time, man. You gotta believe what you're doing, though. Yep. And The Rock is like, even The Rock said it perfectly on a podcast. I can't remember what he was. I think it was a Joe Rogan. And they want to boo me. I'm gonna give you something to boo about. Now, a lot of times in WWE got their favorite, and they got their favorite.
Brian B.
Yo, what's going on? They got their favorite, and they going with that storyline, and they going with it. So if the fans boo them, they like, hold up, wait a minute. We don't want them to boo this particular superstar. So it causes certain things backstage. But I feel like when they booing you, okay, let's give them something to boo about. I think when you just know what the fans want, and I think that's what The Rock did, man. Because him playing it up and just being like, oh, they booing me, and I'm just gonna play good guy. Like, come on, though. Like, he's he's smart. He knows about the business. He even said it when he came in, how they was talking about, oh, Rocky died, Rocky sucks, and he was in Nation of Domination. And give me the mic. Give him the mic for a couple of seconds, and boom, shut their asses up. Now he was one of the biggest heels at that time, going on to win the Intercontinental Championship and the WWE Championship down the line. So, yeah.
I mean, I got that 80s mindset just because of what we talk about with heels. Anybody remember watching the old wrestling? You wanted those death threats. You wanted those things, because that's when hey man, I'm putting the heat seeker. If anybody didn't watch Young Rock, young Bruno. His vehicle literally would get just obliterated every single night. Like, remember they said, he stabbed his tire, poked holes through his driver door and stuff.
Crazy,
and literally everybody's just sitting there. Yeah, my boy Bruno getting that heat, and they just all celebrating that his car's getting destroyed. So it's like, it's so funny when you see these things and stuff like that. Then go after him. Why her? What's that? Go after him. Why her?
I think she's referring
to. I mean, it was just the fact that was the only person they could probably connect with. And wrestling fans,
yeah, but it's interesting. Like y'all were saying. I mean, I was listening. I'm still kind of working, so I'm just like sneaking in here real quick. But I'm gonna stick around. I'm almost done. But, it's real interesting that the thing with The Rock, the first thing I kind of thought about was because I thought the best thing for him would be to go heel, but I can kind of see it like he wouldn't do that shit unless it was like the last resort. I feel like The Rock, like even when he turned heel when with the Hogan run, like when it was him and Hogan at WrestleMania 18 or whatever one it was.
He was the hottest thing that year.
Yeah,
too.
but him having to turn heel, he didn't like that shit, man. He didn't like that. I think The Rock.
Yeah, he didn't.
Guys, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't. I think he likes when the crowd is on his side. But I think he's smart enough to know that it's not the direction that they need to go in. I think, just like Devin said, like we've all been saying, really, like this shit is super unpredictable now. But it doesn't mean that you can't see where the story makes sense, because there is some shit that they are still kind of doing that's like, well, I'm kind of mad that you did it like that, because you still got to kind of tie in these knots that you're making. Because like with the thing with Cody saying that he is not going to face Roman at WrestleMania, I think that was too direct of a statement for him to say and then come back. Oh no, I changed my mind. I take it back.
Exactly.
like
I think that was written. I think that's where they messed up on that written promo. What they were doing with that, because if they wouldn't have done that, we wouldn't have been like, all right, you gave it, even though you didn't say you gave it, but we've got an idea of what you just said. Not at WrestleMania. Okay.
Yeah.
We could have got maybe WrestleMania 1 or something like that. So I don't know how they could get with that concept. But when we talk about the whole nostalgia thing, like it was cool transition. And I did listen to Busted Open, and Mark Henry, obviously, is a personal big good friend of Rock. He was talking about when you see Dwayne seriously repeating what he said, even though it's like a heel way he was doing it, you could tell he was agitated because he was hoping the other version of it was getting across the like, Rocky, we love you. Rocky. Exactly. Like that's why he kept repeating it. And I think that's where they were at, like that was point. It's like, all right, we're going back to this transition because obviously this is not where it's going to be. So with them reversing that scenario, we got this commercial. I thought probably one of the best Deliverance commercials they had, other than that Twister movie, because that Twister movie just looked really freaking good. Just my old fan self in there. But seeing Cody, Seth side by side, Roman, Rock side by side, looking like some daggum Avengers Fight Club type commercial type feel. Like it was really cool to see this thing. Like the background looked like they were in the Matrix type realm or something. Like it was really different. So obviously with it all upcoming and seeing what happened on Monday Night Raw, do we see the tag match early like we expected at Elimination Chamber, or do we see this possibly being night one? Rock, Roman.
See, I said this earlier. I don't know who I was talking to. I think I was just talking to Dre, but the only reason I don't see this at Mania, is definitely because it doesn't make that much sense to take up so many spots doubling shit. Like this is WrestleMania, man. They have to have their matches. You still have Seth Rollins going up against whoever is fighting, whoever wins the Elimination Chamber. So he's booked for a match. Roman and Cody's already booked for a match. If you did a tag match, outside of that, I mean, where would you place it, man? It's not. I just don't believe that in this era where you have so many other participants as
Backlash.
well. So, I mean, I think Backlash is too late, though. I feel like Backlash.
Too late?
Because you got to think, if they do Cody Roman, say like whatever based off of that match right there, it's kind of hard to transition into that tag match.
The only reason why I didn't say Elimination Chamber, and I think the obvious choice is Elimination Chamber because it's right before WrestleMania. There's the next premium live event coming up. The only thing about it is the timing. And I think that was a big decision. It was a speculation of whether they're going to have Roman and Rock or Roman and or whatever at the Elimination Chamber. And that was just like, wait a minute, 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's like, I don't think that match will happen at Elimination Chamber. I don't think it will happen at WrestleMania night 1. Because I feel like that's taken away from what was going to happen with the World Heavyweight Championship. That's going to be the main event of night 1, whether Drew McIntyre wins it or Priest cash in or whatever the case may be. That's the main event.
I wish it was. I don't think it's going to be.
There was a tag match for the main event last year's WrestleMania as well. But it was for the titles. So I could see something with this. It's a big box office main event match, but like y'all just said, there's a lot of numbers on the card, and me being a wrestler and knowing this mindset is you bust your ass off that whole year. You're on the road 365 days a year. WrestleMania is that payoff. And no offense, WrestleMania is that check. That's that money that you want right there.
And just think about like them risking potential injuries and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much that can go absolutely.
Cody could get hurt, Rock could get hurt. Like it just ruins the whole transcript of what you got.
It's either going to be Chamber or maybe this would be a big maybe because it's SmackDown and it's The Rock. They might pull some crazy Friday night SmackDown shit. It might be a huge match for SmackDown.
Yeah, and one thing I was
Maybe
going to
tease
say
it.
is
Maybe
also
tease it.
because now that WrestleMania is 2 nights, now people are getting that accolade that I main event WrestleMania,
Yep.
whether it was night one or whatever,
Sammy.
but Sami Zayn or Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, whatever. But the thing is though, when it was just WrestleMania, like it was just one main event, so look, everybody ain't gonna get the chance to, close out the show. Whether it's the women's championship, last year's was the tag team championship because I think that story was real big. But I don't think the women's championship, whether you do Becky, Rhea, or Io and Bailey, I don't think that story is that big
Big
enough.
enough. Yeah.
With the
Rhea and
World Heavyweight
Becky's kind of
Championship.
big, but yeah, it's not. I
It's
wouldn't.
not
yeah,
main.
it's
It's
not-
not main event wise yet.
Nah,
Yeah,
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 not
so-
that big.
Yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
would,
I'm not
I
trying
would
to
have.
knock them on that, but it's not main event type. Feel.
And then like I said, they're going to do big things. We don't know. They got the Bash at Berlin coming up in Germany in August. It could be at SummerSlam. It could be at the Backlash in Paris, France. So I don't think they're gonna just have it at a SmackDown, which they could, because I think it's interesting. Logan Paul is wrestling on SmackDown this week, so
That's
but-
big.
They're
That's
trying
big.
different
That's
shit.
big
They're
though.
trying different shit. That's why it's
Yeah.
interesting. And I just feel like after Mania, if Cody loses or Roman win, whatever the situation is,
I agree.
like I feel like it's going to set up the next storyline for Roman and Rock. Like I feel like that has to happen because they promised it to people already. So them teaming up was a
I
swerve.
agree.
Like
I agree with
nobody
that. I
thought
agree
that
with
shit.
that comment. I will say, being a guy that's been at WrestleMania, I was at WrestleMania 33.
All right, I'm gonna pause for a minute, y'all. I'll be back in a second. I'm still
All right,
here.
bro.
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm here. You can keep me here.
All right, so and I think I told Dre in this, and I mean, when Blackheart was with us as well, I said WrestleMania 33, we were outside for 8 hours. 8 hours consistently. Kickoff didn't start until 5 o'clock. You're sitting at the gate waiting in line. And I mean, this was an outdoor dome. This was not an indoor facility, not air conditioned or whatever. It's hot. Steaming hot. And I mean, you think of it like that. I sat there and was like, 2 nights of WrestleMania is the smartest damn thing ever. Now,
I look
did
at
I ever see 2 Super Bowls or 2 NBA championships? Well, obviously
Now,
there's
now
7.
I want to real fast. I always believe that the Super Bowl should have, well, just my opinion though. If it was not a best out of 7, at least a best out of 3 or something like that.
Best out of 3?
That at least best out of 3. I understand that one game and you're out. Like boy,
Yeah.
but boy, you got to come and play, and if you out, you are out.
See,
Though.
that was I was opposite
but-
with the NBA on that part. I thought it was too many games for the NBA. I thought you should do
They started
more.
out at 5. They started out at 5 though. I think
That's right,
and
it
then
was
they
5,
went
and then they went up to
Yeah.
7. I'm just like,
Before
Football's a
WrestleMania,
lot more contact though. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the only thing. It's a lot more
Yeah,
stuff
I
you
was
gotta do.
brain rattle in
I
there.
always thought
Yeah.
like shit, man. Why they ain't got like a best of 3 or 4 or something, best of 5 or something? But for WrestleMania, I
Motherfucker
always
would be
looked at
out of their brains by the time you get to the second
Well,
game.
that's like college basketball. College basketball is one set game. It's just a whole tournament.
yeah.
And I think
But
that's what the NBA should be like. I
and I
get
think
it, they got
that's-
conferences, but
I think that's why the March Madness and the NFL playoffs is interesting because of that.
most
Excitement.
watched, yep.
But for the 2 night of WrestleMania, I always looked at it as how Raw went to 3 hours. I was like, well, give me more. Shit,
Yeah.
give me
Tell
me
you.
more.
especially
love
now,
it.
especially Raw now. I will say it.
Yeah.
I will say it completely. Especially Raw now.
Yeah, I
It
love
has
3-hour
been
Raw, man. I
entertaining
never
as
disliked it.
hell lately. I'm
Yeah, I
talking
always
about
liked
the
that shit.
matches, everything. I will say this Monday Night Raw that they delivered was really good. The tag match, New Day with Jey Uso against the Imperium, great delivery. Jey
Yeah.
Uso.
I don't want to hop
was-
off topics real fast though, but I think Jey Uso winning the title next week though. Do
I
you
don't
guys-
think so. Hell,
You don't think
we're too
so?
close to Mania.
Okay,
Already?
yeah, but
But,
what
bro,
is
he's
so?
gotta have
but-
the-
So is he going to take the title into WrestleMania though? What is he doing at? I mean, we don't know what he's doing at WrestleMania. So is
Yeah,
he
we
defending
don't
the
know.
title?
He's
That's
gonna-
what I
but-
said earlier. Like it's crazy because there's a lot going on in wrestling, but it's also
Mhm.
like You don't know
Really
what's going
gonna
on. You
do
don't
to get Jimmy in it.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
don't know what the fuck's
question.
going on. Yeah. Now, what I thought was Jimmy's gonna fuck this matchup for him.
There we
That's
go.
That's
There
what
we
I was,
go.
that's what we were saying, because you got to
Yeah.
think the Roman Reigns match, Jimmy messed up. The tag team title match, they lost the titles because
That's
of Jimmy.
right, Jimmy.
So it's
Yep.
got to be that reason. And he'd be like, "Look, I thought I could go on my own path, be away from y'all, make my own deliverance, my own legacy, my own way, and
Right.
somehow, Jimmy, you find a way to mess this up. So you got my attention. I'll see you."
But then
such
Jimmy,
and such, whatever.
here Warren, but then Jimmy hits him with the. So you think you could go and be without me? I'm big bro, and then bam, now
What
you're
if he
building
could say,
that
"Hey,
anticipation.
you're still with
in this
Solo,
crowd.
you're still with Roman, so
There you
obviously
go.
you ain't
You
delivering
got-
on
you
your
go.
own," types of
I ain't
nigga.
even- I ain't
listen,
even
man,
think of that.
personally, my bad.
Jimmy, take our bars right there, bro.
I kind of want Jay to get back with the bloodline. I'm sorry, like I like what he's doing single, but I was watching something earlier,
Feel like
man,
he'll
and I
get
saw
spoiled.
the entrance between all of the bloodline when it was him, Sammy, Uso, Solo, Paul. These motherfuckers was dominance, bro. And when they came to the ring to lift them fingers, that tree shit with the branch that said, bro, listen, the bloodline was the biggest.
Rock
best
said he
shit
almost
in
cried when he saw
wrestling.
that, because he never got to see that until
That
no
shit's
one saw that
incredible,
until
man.
they showed it. That was beautiful.
That shit's incredible. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that tree. I'm talking about the one from their entrance. When
I
when
know
the
what you're
bloodline
talking
came
about.
out.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. That's I would love to see Jay get back. I want to see a match between Jimmy and Jay, and they fight at WrestleMania and they cry together because it's gonna be emotional as shit for them. And at the end, they hug each other, and then we see what's up. Yeah. I think it's going to culminate at that shit. I think all of WrestleMania is going to put a stop to a lot of shit going on, and it's going to start some new stuff. And then we're going to see.
Like I said, I reference it. It's going to be in game. I think it's perfect.
You guys got a good point, because I was thinking like, okay, Jay get the title shot. I think he gonna win, but since you guys said Jimmy is gonna cost them, that's how they set up their matchup at WrestleMania, because he
It's
cost
a
them
resume.
title.
Every title match, Jimmy has got some way involved. Even in COVID, when they did the COVID thing, if you remember, they could throw that in there.
I could see Jay coming back, because like how you said, you do got everyone with The Rock now, with Roman Reigns, and Solo still there. You don't know what Solo part is now, or how he feel with The Rock back now. So
I want to see him get involved.
Did you see Solo's record right now? Because what they're saying after he fought John Cena, that's fucking crazy, man. How are you going to establish something so high? And he's lost 24 times. He hasn't had one win.
None of us would really recognize that if they didn't show that statistic, though. That's
because
it's counting live events too. I'm pretty sure. I'm matter of fact.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, most of them are probably live events though. But on television though, if he lost, it was probably against LA Knight. The whole stuff was against LA Knight and him taking the pinfall and. Yeah.
That's another one that needs establishment, man, because ever since he cut out from the Roman story, and we all called it before putting him in that Roman story kind of set him up.
I thought about the same reference, Devin. I ain't gonna lie. Like literally, I thought of that a week ago. I thought it was kind of that same concept, so I like that. But I mean, if you think
LA Knight, I feel like LA Knight needs to be on Monday Night Raw.
I agree with that. Going after the world title or even the Intercontinental.
He needs to be on Monday Night Raw. It's so much.
I would love to see LA beat SmackDown. I think that would really get him somewhere. Like how we get when we talk about LA Knight can hang with these guys, whatever. Him going in the ring with Gunther and winning, bro. That would make him right there. Like that really would make him beating Gunther. That's been such and such for so long. I feel like that could work with something.
LA Knight match against Gunther would be all right.
Yeah, that would be all right. I just don't feel like his character would be able to do. He could, but I don't know. I'm iffy about that. That don't mean
it'll kind of be like a Miz kind of thing again.
A little bit.
They're a little similar.
I wouldn't have been mad if Miz beat him. I'm not gonna lie.
I wouldn't have been mad either. I wouldn't have been mad.
That match Miz gave him, bro.
Yeah, Miz, my boy.
It was nice. I just feel like LA Knight need to be on Raw, where it's like 3 hours. You got a little bit more time, a little bit more spaced out. You got with the Judgment Day going on. Hold on. You got with the Judgment Day going on Raw. You got Cody Rhodes stuff. You got Seth Rollins stuff. You got what Gunther is doing and stuff. And like I said, it's 3 hours. Obviously, the woman on SmackDown is only 2 hours, and Roman Reigns' story is taking up 35 minutes of that shit.
Oh, that
So
shit.
we already know
But
about that.
SmackDown needs 3 hours.
So
SmackDown needs
like,
another hour, yo. There's no
so
doubt
and then
about
when
it.
Fox won't do that.
you,
I
you
mean,
got
would they go over? Yes,
you,
maybe
you
they
got
could.
Randy, you got AJ Styles, you got LA Knight, you got some of them other guys,
SmackDown's
but you
got a
gotta
lot.
squeeze them
A
in
lot.
every other week when you can because
Right.
you want to
And you
introduce
got
new
Breaker.
faces and
You got
stuff.
Braun Breaker on that reserve too. They're about to sign him on Raw or SmackDown. That one's already been kind of transitioned. I mean, you've got
Dre,
him.
you're definitely right about that because there is a lot of people on SmackDown right now, but they don't have enough time for their stars. Because if you think about it, I was actually going to say, after the big after picture is what you look for after WrestleMania. A lot of times, you look for the people who are coming up, you look for the people who are getting established. You're looking to see what's next, what's new. And for me, I fucking think that they should be pulling the trigger on Karrion Kross in them. I think that Karrion Kross. I think
he's got that nostalgia again.
It's an established thing, bro. He got AOP with him. He got Scarlett. He got Eye Candy.
They could do like
he's
a
got a
6-man.
lot.
Perfect.
Even if it's not, even if it's just Karrion going after a title and getting it. I would love to see Seth and Karrion. I would like to see Karrion go over, yo. Depending on what happens at Elimination Chamber.
So, question. I want to see if y'all agree to me on this. So, they have been doing a lot of 6-man tag matches with New Day lately. Do y'all think Big E's probably coming back at Mania? And that would be like a special guest.
I wish, but my opinion when I saw the New Day doing 6-man tag team matches with other people or with Jey Uso is just because they are good working at 6-man.
Yes.
That's what they think. They're good trios tag team, and obviously Jey Uso is a formidable opponent of them. So
I mean, think of it this way: New Day say, "Hey, we got somebody that we know for a fact that could really fight, be in our favor."
Okay,
it could either be Sheamus or I would say Big E. Big E would be a good one to come back and probably be Gunther. That would be cool.
If it ain't Big E, I don't care. If it ain't Big E, I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I love New Day, but it's just it ain't hitting no more.
A question though, since like I was saying, maybe it's not enough time on SmackDown for some superstars, and maybe they need to go on the Raw. And Brian said he wants to see Karrion Kross work with Seth Rollins. Do you feel like the draft should be? You think all superstars should just appear on one show and just get rid of the draft? Because SmackDown we saw, Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn, and Raw we saw.
Can't do that either.
I did hear the purpose of the draft was to help control the
too many people. So without the draft, it has to formulate what guys you're expecting to see. But I think what they need to do is, like you said, Dre, the 3-hour Raw is fucking incredible. I ain't never had a problem with it. It's amazing. You a wrestling watcher? Give me 8 to 11. That's beautiful. That's my whole night. I can go take my ass to sleep and be happy. But SmackDown is too short. You have a lot of the bloodline stuff. Roman Reigns is one of the biggest guy, and that's it. It's true. You got some other established shit or whatever, but it's like you don't have enough. But you have things that you need to establish. Like we said, Karrion Kross team, that final death. We haven't seen shit from them yet. They popped up to Bobby Lashley and them, and then Bobby Lashley wrestling for the fucking Elimination Chamber. It ain't even nothing going on. You don't even see the Street Profits. So it's like they don't have enough time to establish all the talent they had. The same problem they had when AEW was out, and they was releasing motherfuckers by the drones. They just need more time, yo. They need more time, and they need to balance out.
I wish I had
people they want to establish.
That'd be so funny watching drones pick up a player and they go,
"Yo, for real, like."
You're gone.
Literally,
gone.
You have
Toy Story where they pick up the claw and try to pick up the
crane machine.
He's sitting there picking up the guys up. Yep.
And then one thing WWE got for a while. I remember WWE Superstars. They even still do WWE Main Event, and when you got the network and them. But talking about right now, what they got, they got Main Event right now, but they only do 2 matches. Main Event, a 1 hour show. A 1 hour show, you can have about 4 matches on it. We've seen how a 1 hour show could work. You can squeeze 5 matches in it, and I think it give that extra show for other superstars to tell their story. Of course, they got WWE Speed coming out on X though, but I think, like you said, having some guys it does give, you expected, all right, Raw, if I buy my ticket, I'm expecting to see Judgment Day, Rhea
Exactly.
Ripley, Seth Rollins, etc. I'm going
It's
to
already
SmackDown.
expected. Yeah.
You already expect. I definitely get that, but I think definitely SmackDown is 2 hours though, and with the Final Destination or what Final Testament story, the group they're not having much time to tell their story or whatnot.
And they got a good story. It's interesting.
do.
It's new. It's
They do.
engaging. You got AOP sitting there looking like two gorillas, and a tag
They
team market
never
that's
looked
fucking
weak
open.
in WWE. They've
It's crazy,
never
bro.
looked weak in WWE. I was wondering what happened to them because they never even lost a match before they were gone. Like they literally were established as this top.
They got injured.
heel tag team.
What I think
Ivar got
Razor.
hurt.
No,
Razor
not
got
Ivar.
hurt.
Yeah,
Razor
Razor. I
got
think
hurt.
he got injured.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of
and then
them
they
got
just
hurt,
released
and that was
him.
it. That's sad
Yeah.
because one got hurt. Tag team. All right, bye. Like that's the only downfall when you have these tag teams. And of course, they try to put somebody in with it. I mean,
And they can use the Final Testament to establish the tag team division right now and what's going
tell
on
you.
because
the
the Judgment
tag team
Day.
has been pretty established. I will
I mean,
say
I'm
Not with the
I ain't
belts
gonna
and
say-
shit though.
Nah,
I mean,
they've been more
DIY
established
just
than the
came.
women's, way more than the women's.
Well, the women's is brand new. We talking about the fucking legacy of the tag team.
The
I mean,
tag
they haven't
team
had tag
now-
So who has more
Yeah.
tag teams, SmackDown or Raw?
I feel like SmackDown got the more tag teams, but it seems though as Judgment Day, they are the popular tag team, and that's why they got the tag team titles right now. They got both of them. They ain't even say, you know what, let's either unified or let's split it. So
Yeah,
you
they
got
haven't been getting
teams.
no attention.
You got teams on SmackDown. They just having tag team matches for no good reasons, and then every other month you'll get a number one contender to come over to Raw for them to face the tag team title. So it really haven't been.
Absolutely.
DIY just came in. Apparently,
Mhm.
they still ain't won the tag team titles. They've been in for a
Which is
while.
fucking crazy. Which is crazy as hell.
It really is crazy. And obviously, the New Day.
I mean,
been
they're on
hurt,
TV
so-
though. They're on TV at least.
I
It's
mean,
not like
yeah,
they're getting buttered up or anything like that. They're
yeah.
on
Of
TV.
course, of course. They're on TV. It's wonderful. We talking
too,
about
Allison.
tag team the division and how it's being presented. Them on TV is wonderful, but
Oh yeah, her
lately,
her
the
group
tag
right there,
team haven't
DIY.
been.
Yeah, she loved DIY. That's her group.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry, Allison.
I've
I
been in
ain't
the
a
ring
fan
with Johnny
of
Gargano.
DIY like that.
He's the deal.
I just
bro.
felt like
He's the
I
deal.
just felt like they time has passed in a
That's
way. though.
fast.
They
That's what I
time passed. It felt it just they stayed in NXT for a little bit
Yeah,
too long.
that's what I was gonna say. They
and
stayed in NXT
they-
way too long and they're
and-
kind of died
and
out.
I said this numerous of times is because NXT is in Orlando
Yeah,
is
they're-
one place. So they just accustomed to what. And then another thing, Vince McMahon had a big. I think that Vince McMahon being in charge and everything that was going on had a reason why they didn't want to come up because when they did came up, shit, it was a pattern of guys. You all remember people
It's
coming up
buried.
from NXT and they get buried. So they were just fine in NXT, but
What's
it's
up,
like
man?
they time passed by and shit like that.
Hey
So-
Dre, with you saying that, do you remember? This is something I got reminded of that I fucking completely forgot about. Do you remember when they took Keith Lee and made him Bearcat? Yo, listen, they was destroying motherfuckers, almost intentionally. I saw a thing on Facebook or something like that. I was like, I forgot all about Bearcat. I was like, what the fuck? I forgot. That was so bad, I forgot it.
Yeah,
So I got
Like
amnesia
Karrion
for that
Kross
shit.
looking like somebody from Adam and Eve.
Yup.
yeah,
Yup, for
it was
real. That shit was
sad
wild.
what
Man.
they did with Keith Lee though.
Like
but-
Smash and Axe and
Keith
Smash.
Lee,
Demolition.
I'm gonna say this now. I'm really upset with both companies when it comes to Keith Lee. Keith Lee could have been like a John Cena
Incredible,
type
man.
caliber
I
guy.
wouldn't say John Cena. That's
I mean,
hard,
just
but-
the look of him and
He was
everything like
good.
that. He could bring a differential look into the heavyweight division scenario. Like, hey, you don't have to look like a bodybuilder to be that main guy. Because Keith
He was
Lee
good.
was
He was
good on the
incredible.
microphone. He was good in the ring. He knew where to go, where not to put himself into. Like, it was those scenarios Well, I would say he knew what to do until he went to AEW, and then you don't know what happened with him. But
Yeah, well,
I mean,
he got injured now. And listen, that nigga he
one
married
last thing I wanna say-
Mia Yim. So listen, that's
Yeah.
Bailey. I
yeah,
love
you
Bailey.
got in
but
shape for
Mia
him
Yim,
too.
One-
That's even
one
the
last-
crazier part.
that's my other one
One
right
last
there.
thing on the DIY thing,
No,
I just
Kofi.
feel like they what's going on. I feel like the DIY thing once they hottest
I
rivalry
agree.
thing that was
Last
going
week in
on
Wrestling
in
Pod,
NXT,
definitely.
that they had this rivalry thing that was going on in the NXT, and once they ended, it was like WWE, or at least the main roster, took a little while
Yes.
to capitalize on that momentum that was
Yeah.
going on. And I understand, one of them got hurt and
Injuries,
they
all
got
day.
injuries and stuff
Injury
like
prone.
that.
Everyone was damn near
And then the
injured.
pandemic,
They're
shit like
trash.
that. So,
See, Maverick.
Yeah,
I
so
feel the
stupid.
same way. I'm sorry, yo. I
They're
don't
so
fuck
damn
with
they
them,
both
yo.
they're
I don't
trash.
fuck with them. I don't
Listen,
fuck with them.
man.
I hear
That's
all the
how I
excuses in the
feel,
world,
man.
but at the end of the day, I'm just
Hope
like, y'all niggas
you
just can't
doing
get it
well.
done.
Man said
Sorry.
they trash. We buttered it up, and he goes, "They're trash." There
They
it is.
trash.
Yeah, they always yo.
Ah.
Tommaso Ciampa gets injured every 5 fucking minutes. Johnny Gargano,
No,
he's cool,
I
but
can't say
he's a
nothing
small
about
little
Ciampa.
dude.
Ciampa has
And-
had neck injuries, so coming from the
Shit.
neck injury stuff like that, I can't sit there and say
Or
consistent stand.
is it because do you feel like
He's
they
got to
were
change his
better?
style.
Do you feel like they're just trash, or they were better as bad guys? At least Tommaso Ciampa.
I've never been into him like that.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
they're all right, but it's never been.
Did you watch
I
the
would
rivalry
never.
between them
I would
two?
never like order a pay-per-view because
I
they
didn't
got
like them
fucking
when they were in
main event, you know what I'm
DIY
saying?
and NXT.
I would never be like, oh, really? I gotta watch that shit. I would never.
Yeah, I wasn't big on the DIY and
I
NXT.
only
I
fuck
remember
with
when they
Tommaso
beat.
because they dressed up as God of War.
What do you say?
God of War.
This
He
guy.
said, I only mess with Tommaso because he dressed up as God of War. You do look like, don't you like a wizard, a mad wizard or some shit? A Harry Potter villain or some shit.
Oh damn!
Tommaso Ciampa. Go sit your old ass down. Anybody trying to see you no more. Injured every fight. As soon as you
someone
blowing that
did a
motherfucker,
meme.
you injured.
Someone did a meme saying that he was like a Street Fighter character.
Yeah, that's what he looked like.
Like, see,
With the
they got tag teams. Like I said, Imperium. You got
I think
the
Johnny's
Creed
like
brothers,
lost in the shuffle. Though.
Street
I really
Profits,
think
you got
he is.
yeah,
Street
the
Profits,
Pretty
the Creed
Deadly. You
brothers,
got
Pretty
um,
Deadly.
Pretty Deadly.
yeah,
Hey,
a lot of
that's
tag
my
teams.
boys,
Creed
boy.
brothers.
Yeah, boy. I like them boys. They
No,
killing
okay,
it, man.
but I feel
They're
like
good
since
gimmick.
it's not a lot of tag teams, and the tag team titles are just unified, so they'll appear on both shows. I think the tag teams should be on both shows instead
believe
of
so
just
too.
one show.
They shouldn't be. They shouldn't. And even if they're not on both shows, because you
I
can
think they
definitely
should
get
do
get
champions
through having
on both
one
brands.
tag team champion.
Both-
But it's just
all of it.
you just need to have the shit established. But right now it's just Damian Priest and Finn are having them. And I'm not for nothing. You know, Judgment Day was the hottest shit last year. This year,
with our truth.
he ain't doing shit. I'm sorry. Rhea's holding the title. They got the tag titles. But besides that, it's just the R-Truth shit. R-Truth is shining harder
Is that
than
why they're
Judgment Day.
buttering it? Do you think that might be it too? Is it because someone's
Yeah, Tyler
possibly
Bate
hurt?
and he said,
His
"Oh, dude."
contract is almost up. I
I got
think
his
that's
name.
another
Tyler
reason.
Bate
with
and Pete
Finn.
Dunne. Yeah, I like what they doing though. I think they're gonna have a great show. They ain't gonna win.
Nah, they need
at
to leave
Elimination
fucking Pete
Chamber,
Dunne
though.
by himself,
I
man.
do,
They need to
Maverick.
let him.
Yeah,
they let
I do.
him-
yeah.
I do.
Tyler Bate ain't over with. The
I would
fans,
say,
though.
hey, check this out. I would say that Pete Dunne is my pick to fucking dethrone Gunther.
That's
I think
what I
that
said.
should-
I said
I-
that.
I believe you. That's right.
I
I think
said
you
that.
said that even before I said that.
He told you to watch
I-
that.
I
match,
feel
if you
that.
don't remember. Remember,
I
we
feel
told you
that.
to watch that
Bro.
one on NXT.
As soon as you said it,
Yes.
I was like, I remembered their match. That's why I'm like, it would be perfect to run that at
Yes.
Mania. Honestly, I would love to see that
Bro,
shit.
what if our truth would go against Gunther?
Nah, why? See, well, they're gonna Warren just saying shit again. You're worse than me with the fantasy book and shit.
No, I'm just saying, like, as hot as like our truth
Came
is,
out of
like, you know,
nowhere.
Judgment Day be like, hey, we gonna pick somebody to go face Gunther, and then our truth be the one they volunteered, and that like
It would be a
Yeah,
squash
like,
match. Even though
I'm
I
not
love,
with Judgment Day no more. Like, you know, that's funny.
I think Miz and Truth are gonna be the ones that take the belts from Damian
Oh, yeah.
and them, which
Definitely.
is kind of corny.
And
but-
honestly, you know, Priest is gonna go-
Maverick, the comic, Warren would love Pretty Deadly. Yeah, boy.
You got the outfits at home right now.
Not the yeah boy part though.
so stupid. I was right, and what I
Why
was
is right. But I would watch the shit. I would watch the shit too. I'd watch it all day. I'd watch all of it.
I mean, but it's like, just the crazy establishment, what the tag teams have been put into and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you got the Alpha Academy. And I mean, I feel so bad for Gable because, like I said, for the longest time, one of my favorite tag teams, one of the best matches I've watched for a tag team wrestling in this era is the American Alpha versus the Revival.
Yeah, dude.
NXT I can't remember. Takeover Dallas, one of my favorite ones of all. Watching those guys just go at it, and then seeing the excitement when they got drafted to SmackDown, American Alpha, and they were killing it that year. And then seeing them win the tag titles and stuff. And you also saw Jason Jordan was going to get his own storyline with Kurt Angle, which it's
the
so
dumbest shit they chose to do at a time where
they fucked that whole thing up. And Gable was very adamant about how he felt on that. And this is when American Alpha was still really hot at the time.
Yeah, just breaking up tag teams for whatever fucking reason. There wasn't even reasons behind it. Just like them breaking up the Iconics. It wasn't a whole nother one. And then bringing out tag teams. It's fucking crazy, bro. And then bringing out women's tag team titles.
Crazy,
bro.
I mean, it's so crazy.
The Iconics could have really went down as the greatest women's tag team champions, though.
I believe
they shitted on that so bad.
I really believe it.
Top tag team now.
Now, at first though,
top
it was
tag team. What, just overall or in just the WWE?
Who is your top tag team right now?
I mean, mine would just be in WWE anyway.
Overall, right now,
well,
I mean, I still call them the Revival, even though they're called FTR. The Revival is still my favorite tag team.
I never been a fan of them really. I don't know. They're good, I guess. But
old school mechanics, bro. I love their work.
They don't remind me of nobody old school though. They ain't the Road Warriors. They ain't New Age Outlaws.
They are literally the Freebirds.
You know what? I'm gonna throw a curveball.
I don't know.
I'm gonna throw a curveball with all y'all know. My favorite tag team right now, just right now though, is the Wolf Dogs.
Oh, really? You like Braun Breaker and
That's still very early though.
No, if you know what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Sheamus and Cesaro though, when they didn't like each other. They had to fight each other for a while. They cutting off each other entrances and stuff. Now Sheamus and Cesaro, they had a best of 7. I can't remember who they would. No, they had the best of 7 against each other. Then they wound up teaming with each other. Then they won the tag team champs, came to Bar and all that stuff like that.
Bar was great, and man.
Of course, it's real early with Braun Breaker and which comes, but just right now what they doing, I think it's entertaining. It just feel like with Imperium, they all over the place. They don't know if they want to kick Giovanni Vinci out. They don't want to know if they want to kick Ludwig out.
Right.
The New Day, one of them is hurt. The other one may not be hurt. So it's
You're right.
Pretty Deadly just came back. One of them was just hurt.
I love when Drake on a rant.
That's the sad part about the
They just put together Pete Dunne.
Like that
they just put together Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. So it's like, you can't really get. So right now, and it's like, that's why I went with NXT.
With
Braun Breaker and
real. Hey, Drake, you're speaking absolutely real shit.
And they won the tag team classic in NXT. They won the tag team titles, which I didn't think they were going to do. But
this is why I don't like being in tag teams. Just because you're
absolutely right. I agree with you. They're not my favorite, but I agree with you every word.
Yeah, of course. I ain't gonna say my favorite, but I just want to, like, I just broke it down. Like, I like, it's not really of a favorite.
Motherfuckers get injured every 5 minutes, man. It's hard to follow. Just like Ivar. Ivar's a damn near single competitor now.
And I mean, another one.
One of them.
He's shaking the radar as a single guy, though. He's shaking that radar.
Now, American Alpha. Now, Academy and what? Alpha Academy, they're obviously, they're a tag team. They good though, but I would like to see Chad Gable on his own though. They're entertaining tag team. So it's like everyone is hell. I like the Judgment Day for real, but it's like now it's more about our truth now with the Judgment Day, and they ain't really done. Finn and Priest,
but there are
ain't really done nothing. And Rhea ain't really done much.
Like they've been together. I agree.
Listen, man. If you would ask me my favorite tag team right now, I mean, it's hard. It's a hard one to think about. I got AOP that I want to see. I want to see them do something with them.
I remember
I like
you
them
on NXT. I
Yeah.
do remember
Yeah,
that.
I like them, man. But I mean, as far as just, I want to see Montez Ford out of the Street Profits. I think he's a solo competitor. I think he's another motherfucker who's going to be incredible if they let him go. But we got to see if they do it. I don't know, man. I don't really know. Like, as far as tag teams go, it's like Dre said, can't follow anybody. Like, I don't even know. The Creed brothers, somebody I'm interested in. But
yes, they give me American Alpha and Team Angle vibes. I love.
Usos come back. Usos my favorite. They were my favorite before it. If Big E comes back, New Day's my favorite. They my shit before it. That's it. That's my shit.
I love the solo cup boys, but it's time to shake it up a bit. I agree.
It is.
I do agree with Maverick.
They should have broke them out a minute ago because
I think
Montez
the biggest thing is, and I think we've talked about it before, Brian. Me and you personally have talked about it, and Dre, I know me and you and Shiz talked about it. The thing about the split with the Street Profits is the worry that Angelo Dawkins.
Let him slide.
No. Hold on. No, but look, but lately over time,
in a way, Angelo's been outshadowing Montez in some matches.
I ain't never saying that shit. He's dope, but he ain't outshadowing Montez, yo.
Lately,
sorry.
I've been in ring training right next to this guy. This dude is putting in work. Every week.
He don't got that charisma personality though.
With the Street Profits, they already have the story sort of written for them to break up. You know, we want to talk about thrown together tag team. The Street Profits, they was a thrown together tag team. You know, because Angelo Dawkins was teaming with a couple of other tag teams until Montez came along, and then we got the Street Profits. So
he tagged with Baron Corbin when he first got there. He tagged with
So it's like Montez has obviously been the guy that, you know, has this charisma. He's going to be the guy when it breaks out. But they already been establishing Angelo Dawkins. And if you guys have not seen the Love in WWE, Bianca and, you know, Montez Jones, they're telling the story on the show by Montez wanting to be a single star. And you're getting the reaction from Angelo Dawkins. He just want to just be there. He's just happy to be there. Like, I don't need to be fly.
Make him a manager.
Like, he just and it's good. So they're already planting the seeds. So the show right there, they're already establishing like, okay, Montez want to be.
The funny thing is, Angelo, believe it or not, Angelo is supposed to have been the start. Like I quote American Alpha a lot.
That's crazy.
How Jason Jordan was supposed to stand out over Gable. Gable was the workhorseman, the one that takes the bumps, do everything. And then Jason Jordan got the tag, got the big pop, blah, 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 spear, finish, blah, blah, blah. That's what they did with Angelo. But like you just said, Angelo is just happy to be there. And knowing him and seeing the work that he puts in every single week, this dude is at a ring every week. When he's off, he is at the Hart Dungeon in Tampa, Florida. I can't say the full location, but he's there every single week, putting in hours and hours of work, working with guys like Moose and everyone. So it's like he can do stuff with that. But
let me share this with you, yo. I might sound like an asshole for saying this, but I want to say this. I want to say this one thing. The thing about it is, a lot of these guys, remember they were saying the same thing about Dana Brooke, and I'm not a fucking athlete. You do way more shit than I do, you know, as far as wrestling and everything like that.
Chill with that steroid talk, bro.
The thing is, if you have somebody who's a workhorse and they're doing incredible, yeah, that's understandable, and props to them, yo. You know, definitely shout out to them. But at the end of the day, there's some people who just got it, man. There's some people who just got it. And Montez Ford, there's no doubt about it. He's one of them niggas. Like, he's one of them dudes, bro. Like, he literally is one of them guys that he steps on the steam, he puts the mic in his hand, and you gravitate to him. Angelo Dawkins does not have that shit. Jason Jordan didn't have that shit. Jason Jordan was dry.
We saw that when he did his singles run. We saw that.
Yeah, he was dry. And Angelo Dawkins, I'm not saying anything bad about him, but I'm just saying, like, literally, he's not that upfront star. Everybody gets outshined to a degree when you win a team. Yeah. So one person's going to shine and other people going to fall backwards. That's the bad thing about being in the team. So that's why the Shield was so impressive to me, because honestly, the Shield was one of the first teams where it's like you really couldn't tell who was the fucking worst one of them all, because they all had something different they brought to the table. And Seth was crazy in the ring. They all were crazy in the ring. Dean had that fucking emotion, that raw talent, like when he was giving the promos and stuff like that. And Roman was just a beast. You knew he was a beast. So it was interesting with their team, but you can see it most of the time with these guys, man. Their talent exceeds them, so they don't have to be in the gym 400,000 fucking minutes every day, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's just they got that shit. Not saying that they don't, but they got that shit. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I agree with that one on Maverick, and definitely with what you said, Brian. And the biggest thing, like we said consistently, is and I mean we talk about it in wrestling a lot, indie wrestlers or whatever. You got to go out to the crowd and you got to sink or swim. That's how you're going to learn how to adapt and figure out, hey, this works or this doesn't work. So I totally agree with what you're saying on that. I mean, I love the gimmick that Angelo did in NXT before he was paired with Montez, where he turned into a superhuman when he had the headbands on. Because you remember when he had like 3 headbands on, and they used to say dream, power, and wisdom or some crap like that. And if they falled off, like he just went insane, like a psycho, like it told the story, like, like when his headband dropped, they would sit there and just stare at it for a second. He'd be like, did you just, no. Like it's just like that cool feel to it. So I hated when they did what they did. Obviously the music, the solo cup, everything, it worked because it worked for the audience that was presented at that time. But yes, like we have said numerous times, like New Day was something new, fresh. You got a bunch of guys you got grown men wearing unicorn horns and stuff like that. Grown men coming out there. I remember WrestleMania 33. I talk about it very vaguely. The biggest draw in WrestleMania 33 didn't even have a match. Didn't have a match. They were the host of WrestleMania. And I've said it countless times. The witness of this was when we were at the mall. Ric Flair was at Foot Locker. He had a decent line, just got out of his heart attack and stuff, doing autograph signings, got his reveal for his Puma shoes that he got and all that. But when New Day got to that damn mall, people were staying over a night before to get in line for that New Day line. And seeing what they did to shut the mall down completely for New Day personally, for 3 guys over Ric Flair, that's where it told you who was over or not at that time.
Oh yeah, well that's not fair to Ric Flair. Yeah, Ric Flair is way past his time. The New York guy is going to be dominant now. Yeah, if it was fucking 1980 something, Ric Flair in the thing, and New Day came, you wouldn't even know who New Day is. Yeah, the times would speak on that. But I get what you're saying. But
it's just that generational transition type scenario.
Yeah. If Ric Flair was at one store and Roman Reigns was across the street, fuck you, Ric Flair. I'm sorry. I'll watch your matches, but I'm going to see.
No, the funny thing is Ric Flair had like 5 different phones, and I'm just sitting there and like told my wife, I'm like, this dude literally just got out of hospital for a heart attack.
I say the only people that will be
already.
The most people that will be at that Ric Flair store is, people who grew up watching him and
loved him. No, there was a lot of young cats there. There was a lot of young kids because, like I said, there was a Puma reveal. Like, you had to be at that WrestleMania. You had to be there for that time because when WrestleMania was in Orlando, it was huge because that's when they were opening up the PC for the first time to the audience and stuff like that. So it was big. Like, obviously, everybody's in their backyard type scenario. And they had a big Puma reveal. They had 4 superstars. They had Undertaker, Stone Cold, Ric Flair, and Macho Man. And those were really cool. Like, I still have the shirt, and I still can't see it online, sold anywhere. And it was like first edition. They had the shoes, the shirt. They had black or white ones and stuff like that. It was really cool. They were expensive as hell. I won't lie on that. But seeing that cool thing, and I heard that's what the kids were waiting for was to get the T-shirt because obviously he's famous because he's got a T-shirt. So it was funny to see all those different things of what they had. But
listen, Warren, stop trying to distract us, yo. Cody ain't gonna win that fucking belt.
Oh my God.
Cody ain't gonna win that belt at WrestleMania. All right?
I want you to use the words.
Warren over here trying to distract us with his old ass stories and shit. Listen,
I was just speaking on the topic. I mean, it is
fucking Warren's up, baby.
All right. So we can talk about
Yeah,
that.
funny.
So Brian, before we go to the next topic,
break
even
it
though
up.
basically we've already messed the segment part up. But what's your thought on the Super Bowl commercial with the tag team thing? What's your
Super
thoughts?
Bowl commercial was as soon as I saw it, I was like,
WrestleMania one.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't see it right away because I turned the Super Bowl on a little later.
I had to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, I watched it on YouTube. But when I saw it, I was interested. I was intrigued by it. I was like, yeah, this is interesting. But the thing I thought was stupid was that they made it look like a tag team match was happening at WrestleMania, and I don't know why the fuck they did that.
It almost spit my nuggets out.
But
Wait, want me to put the
y'all
nuggets?
fucking up. Y'all fucking up in the comments tonight. Throwing everybody shit off.
Hey, I loved what he did when he asked Pat, and Pat's just sitting there. He whispers, he's like, and he's like, "What's that, Pat?" Come on, man. You know what he said. Like, you don't want me to repeat it. Like, it was just so funny. Like, he had Pat flabbergasted at that time. He was just like, and then Michael Cole's like, "Come on, Pat, say it, Pat." That joke was so funny. But I thought it was cool, interactive and stuff like they're doing. Obviously,
the commercial looked really good. I mean, nothing against it. I'm glad to see WWE getting some exposure.
We're gonna get The Rock now on SmackDown a lot more than just 3 times.
I don't know, man. I think
Rock coming this Friday night. Come on, bro. Let's go. I
think after Mania, I think he's gonna be around for a little while, but I mean, it's still The Rock.
It's gonna be like that authority type.
He got XFL. He got a million fucking things he could do.
Much stuff to do. He's got.
He ain't gonna be there that often.
I love the promo that Becky delivered talking about they had to explain to their 3-year-old daughter why Daddy wants to fight Maui. I thought that was pretty funny.
You have Roman wrestle twice. That's a horrible idea, Maverick.
I think so too, Maverick, because obviously in wrestling
want that?
mindset, bro, wrestlers do it all the time.
Yeah, but wrestlers doing it all the time is just speaking for regular basic wrestlers.
Wrestling
not somebody who's held the title for 3 years and you're trying to get him at his best, highest caliber. I've said this a million times, man. I don't understand why it's like not like, just a situation. You have to have a guy that you're fighting. Like, all right, Warren, here we go. You're a wrestler. Let's fucking just paint the picture real quick. If you were going up against one of the best guys in your area, in your division, and everybody knows this guy and everybody likes this guy, they're like, man, who are you fighting? Oh, you fighting him? Oh, man, I feel bad for you. Now, if you got the chance and opportunity to say, well, I got a match against him now, would you want him after he went through 2 different matches and then you get the ends meet of it and shit, and then you beat him? Then you say you beat him, and you're like, oh, I beat him, I got the match, and then everybody around you like, yeah, but he had fucking 2 other matches before that shit. Why are you so happy? It's not the same as if you beat the fucking dominant champion at his highest caliber, at his highest point. Roman's on vacation. He chilling, he drinking Mai Tais, he got his belly. He's like, I can be here. I get paid more than you, Seth. You the workhorse. You here every day. I'm here a couple times. I get more money than you. You wearing your wife's clothes. Roman is shutting motherfuckers down. And then Cody comes in after busting his ass and goes to Mania. Cody wants Roman at the best Roman he could be so he could beat him, take the title, and then be that contender, be that champion. You don't want somebody after, I just had a match yesterday, and now I'm going to have a match again today. I mean, that shit doesn't make sense to me, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like he should do double duty.
It just depends on how the setup works. Like, obviously,
he'd still be wrestling twice.
The biggest thing is what transition would The Rock have? What part does he have in this? If they could tell the perfect story to it, I could see somewhat like it. Obviously, whoever gets night 1, night 2 of Roman type scenario, because obviously WrestleMania is super long. You got time to rest, to recuperate type scenario for it. But obviously, it would be that baby face that would be the one to wrestle 2 nights.
My opinion, they said, man, they cooking. They in the kitchen cooking. So we no, you ain't about to get double meals both nights, man. We cooking.
I'm telling you,
you
bro.
Getting night 2, so then you gonna get something 2 weeks from now, and you gonna wait your ass out, man, for real. Like, and people want it now. And like I said, I think it's just taken away from the world, whatever Seth is doing on night 1. If it is revolving with The Rock or whatever, I just feel like it's just ruined. Whatever, because even if Rock or them 4 wrestle, let's say night 1, That's the women's could have main evented that night. The Intercontinental title could have main evented that night.
Exactly.
The World Heavyweight Championship could have main evented that night. They already got night 2. They got plenty of time to tell the story throughout. It's 52 weeks a year, so we don't need to rush everything and push everything
in one night. Yeah,
in
I
one
say
night or 2
all
nights.
the time.
And plus, like we just said, WrestleMania is in 2 nights, so they got their opportunity to do what they're gonna do with that. So my thing is what they could do with the whole analogy on this.
I feel like that's what's going to happen though. I mean, but even
SummerSlam's gonna be the. I feel like the
SummerSlam was
conclusion.
perfect.
Real fast to the comic Maverick was saying, he give it to him, but say he won, but take it back. Though I can see Cody Rhodes eventually winning it, and then someone cash it in on him.
That would be you would miss the biggest opportunity of your life if you don't have Roman beat Cody. And then Damian cash in on fucking Roman that night.
That's like saying Elias is cashing.
I wish I don't know what's gonna happen because there's a lot of different shit happening. But I'm telling you right now, if it does happen, everybody fucking who's ever watched me say it on this show,
I will let you just speak the whole time. Just
because looking at it right now with Priest cashing in on the World Heavyweight Championship picture, it to me. Well, it was separate. I mean, when CM Punk was real fast. If CM Punk was in the picture and if CM Punk won, I saw Priest cashing in on CM Punk. Or if Seth Rollins retains, I can see him cashing in, even though he already attempted to on Seth Rollins numerous times, though. Five times. So I feel like that's old now. So now you go over to the WWE Championship side. Let's say Cody wins the championship. He finally finished the story, and then boom, Priest comes out there and cashes in and take it all away from him.
But that would make. But Dre, my bad. I'm sorry, Dre. I love you, bro, because you're right. But I thought about that shit too. Like I said in the past, the only thing about that is they're trying to establish Damian Priest as a babyface, and that would make if he cashed in on Cody, people would be elevated that Cody won. But they'd be pissed if Roman wins, and then Priest cash in on Roman would instantly turn the crowd and fucking be like, what? First of all, there's going to be a lot of people that be like, if it does happen, there's going to be a lot of people who's going to be like, are you fucking kidding me? You let Cody lose so Damian Priest can win? But then there's going to be the motherfuckers who are going to be in the arena like, he took the fucking, finally, he's not the champion. I think that's just enough push to push Damian Priest into a bigger picture, man. I think that it would establish him. It would also establish Cody, because then you'd be like, well, what the fuck would Cody do? Then you got some shit where they might be able to run back Seth and some shit like that. You got Roman hitting The Rock. You got a lot of stories that can still be elevated and created from that. But, I mean, at the same time, I don't know if it's going to happen. I've been saying it at the same time, but I do understand what you're saying. I think it would fuck Roman up. I think it would fuck Damian Priest up if he cashed in on Cody, because people have been waiting for him to finish the story, and they're going to be happy for him. They're going to be happy that Roman lost.
Exactly what he just said right there. Maverick, I agree with that completely.
We end up back at Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. No, that was when he was establishing, though. I mean, look how he got Bad Bunny over. I mean, shit, you ain't even speaking bad on that right there. Damian Priest, I don't feel like Damian Priest is a high caliber John Cena. Yeah. Everybody doesn't have to be that, though. That's the problem. What about when Mick Foley had the title? What about when all these motherfuckers? Everybody don't got to be John Cena to be the champion, bro. The problem is you carrying motherfuckers who are supposed to be the face of the company forever with the titles, and it's boring. So you need those now and then titles. You need the Dolph Zigglers. You need people who are just going to be in-betweeners as well. Everybody ain't going to be a fucking marathon runner with the championship, bro. That's how you establish.
Hey, look at
we'll see.
The WrestleMania jump. I think it's awesome. It's cinema. That's all I gotta say with that one, man.
I just think Rock is going to be the main reason for whatever finish happens at WrestleMania. I'll just leave it at that.
That was such.
I think it's just Rock and Roman's going to be side by side until after Mania. I think
Cody and Roman should fight, and it should be fair, and nobody should interfere.
Bro, you know that ain't happening. Every Roman match that he's had,
and Roman should pin Cody ass and lock his ass up and listen to that crowd.
Roman just pinned somebody with nobody helping.
Mind.
It's been
I know. Long. That's why I think it would be awesome.
It's never gonna happen. Like I could see, and the way I saw this promo that Seth sent Monday, he sat there and it's making it sound like the locker room is wanting. This is their last hope. Like how I've always referenced. I love Marvel.
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame. It feels like this is the last chance to finally defeat Thanos. Thanos is Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been running roughshod for 3.5 years. There is no such thing in the modern era of wrestling right now been somebody go that top level for 3.5 years. Nobody. The last one.
And I think that's why so many people wants to see him come down because nobody ain't seen it that long.
That's it.
That's it.
But it's time.
That's it.
I think if you do it with this story,
I think it's only
it's got to be that chapter.
It's only time because we haven't seen it in 25, 30, 40 years. But I feel like when we look back on this shit, dude, you're gonna be like, man, that shit was amazing right there. But you know, I like I said, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'm 50-50 with it on it. I was 50-50 on it last year. Cody didn't win.
But that's how you get The Rock to face him at SummerSlam. That's how you do it. Because
you could do that regardless, bro. You could do that.
Yeah,
The Rock and Roman, they already have a story, man. We said that even before.
I still think Triple H is going to get involved. There's going to be something that's going to be a whole variety where they're going to make that whole long game. It just sucks that Triple H can't wrestle. Because my goodness, seeing him and The Rock one more time, that would bring back those kid days. Dre, I know you know what I'm talking about. Brian, you know what we're talking about. Like Rock finally beating DX was like somebody's team winning the damn Super Bowl.
You want to hear something else?
Going in on Monday.
This is something else that I thought about. Remember before the whole Cody Rhodes and everything like that or whatever with Roman Reigns, or before the World Heavyweight Championship came back, I was always the one who was saying Seth Rollins should be the only person that's available to beat Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. And him and Roman Reigns is back and forth lately. And even what Seth was saying on Raw, Seth, to me, still to this day, is the person who should fucking dethrone Roman Reigns, man. It makes it everything he says is like he puts himself in the same caliber. And even Roman, remember when Roman was on the thing, he said, yeah, my little brother Seth Rollins. They have a connection that nobody else has, and Romans, besides The Rock, of course, and like the bloodline shit. But they have the connection, man. I would love to see a Roman and Seth Rollins, like a big payoff thing happen. Still, I'm not.
Next year's Mania. I still see maybe next year's Mania something. Maybe. Well, actually, no, because obviously we're gonna get Rock and Roman. It's a given, but I don't see that WrestleMania. Maybe
it ain't gotta happen at WrestleMania. It can happen in between.
Happen at WrestleMania,
Rock is very politic with this thing. Come on.
I'm not talking about Rock. I'm talking about the Seth Rollins and Roman.
What I'm saying is Rock is very adamant. Like it's gonna be a big pay-per-view. It's not gonna be like a SmackDown.
Yeah, it would have been if he would have did it now. But you can't stretch that shit out for a minute. You know who the fuck is gonna care? Neither one of them is gonna be here long enough for that. Roman Reigns' empire and everything that he built is about to either crumble or continue with people hating it. There's no doubt about that. If Roman wins, and I'm joking about it, but if Roman wins and goes to fucking SmackDown and stands in there with Solo and Jimmy the next night, everybody's gonna be like, well, what the fuck do we do now? Even Seth said it. Well, something's gotta happen at Mania, bro. There's no doubt about it.
I do like the storytelling that Seth and Cody did because everybody's like, hey, why is Cody standing there? It's showing like, hey, Cody, you were the outsider at first, but I respect you. We beat the living hell out of each other. You came out here and you wrestled me knowing that I could have not had a main event, that I haven't had a main event in a long time, and you wrestled with a damn torn pec. I have the most respect for you. Regardless of what the outcome was, you proved to me you belong here. You are the WWE guy type scenario. I love the story that they brought with that presentation with it. And I love that they've been adding Seth into this mix because now it does, in a way, seem like it's getting that payoff. Even though everybody's like, oh, it makes him look weird, whatever. He's still on camera. He's still showcasing what he's got. That's showing, hey, the representation. Like, hey, man, we're sick of how this run is going. You haven't been here every single week. You haven't done these things. Like, him winning this title is the last chance we get the title back regularly on a SmackDown, on a Raw, and stuff like that.
Seth gonna turn on Cody.
I think after Mania, we're gonna see Cody. We're gonna see Cody.
Fuck Cody up. You think I forgot?
But I don't think. Actually, no. Let me take that back. I don't see after Mania.
Everybody
maybe on a SummerSlam.
Everybody gonna turn on Cody. Fuck him. Me too.
I already see it, bro. By SummerSlam or Survivor Series, if Cody Rhodes win at WrestleMania, they will now all the ones who don't like Cody Rhodes, they're going to hate Cody Rhodes. I want to say by SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Now the ones who love him, they're gonna love him
You gonna love
because
him.
they love Cody Rhodes. Like that's it. But I feel like it's all gonna be the same, man. It's all like a little it's a pattern here. Your favorite, you want this person to be in the main event spot to win these championships and whatever, and they get there, and then we
You
get
turn
tired
on
of
him.
them for a while. Yeah, you
Yep.
turn on them.
John
They
Cena
did that with
treatment.
John Cena,
Hulk Hogan
Bianca
treatment.
Belair, Hulk
It's
Hogan.
been every
It's
fucking
like
Bianca Belair. You're right.
everybody. So it's like,
Everybody.
damn, they winning. So
That's the
Cody Rhodes,
routine.
and a lot of people said it. My guy Deshaun said it again. Even Kofi Kingston said, once he win the title, then what? Then what? Okay, let's say he win the title. He's the new World Champion. Now the fact that he beat Roman Reigns, that's cool. But then what though? Then what? Because Roman ain't gonna be around for a little bit. He gonna take his vacation. The Rock gonna come back when Roman Reigns is back. So
He's
if
back.
they together, they're
Exactly.
gonna come
Yep.
together.
Right about
They're
that.
gonna come together. They're on SmackDown Friday night, so they're gonna pull up together. So so when
Warren, what would you just to get your opinion, because you're the Cody head, bro. Just be honest. But what do you think if Cody does beat Roman, finishes the story, and everything is etched in stone? He finally did it. Everybody's cheering. Yeah, they're crying, and the fans are kissing babies. Let's say it happens. He comes on Raw. What do you see next for Cody Rhodes after this fucking 2-year project of finishing a story?
I mean, think of it this way, bro. It's like a whole new chapter. Like you have to have the good guy win eventually. And that's what I see this whole thing is. We haven't had Cody and Roman wrestle the entire year. WrestleMania is the last time these two have fought. It's perfect to go into the next year's WrestleMania and finally get that moment. Like what we talked about with Rock and John Cena. What did they do with John Cena? Even though I think John Cena was a little up and under for a little bit anyways, but they had an extra story. You have a way to create now the next upcoming heels. Like they said, Damian Priest has said it perfectly. He doesn't have to cash in until July. So there's a plenty of good long time.
You saw that too, right?
So it's like he has a good run with it. Now, I could see maybe Cody, what we got. So he'll be fully on SmackDown. I'd probably say they're probably going to alienate that and put that back to where they're going to be on SmackDown and Raw. I think that will be something they will probably bring in. You got Drew. You've got Sammy. I feel like Sammy's about to turn heel for sure. See something's got to do something with him. Karrion Kross can be a different type of transition thing with him and AOP. Like you can put – like we're also thinking like this, man. Triple H is going to be the running the whole standpoint. I mean,
I'm just asking you what you think. Like, I'm just asking you what you think. Not the whole
scenario. It can make – it can not only necessarily make the baby faces, it can make the heels as well.
Let me help you out. Okay, give a moment to think about it real fast. What I see, I'm trying to help you out. Give a moment to think. If you don't know, just a second. I want to say something for 2 minutes, and then if you know what it is, just go ahead. I'm trying to give you some time though. But what I think was best for Cody Rhodes, if he wins at WrestleMania, one or two things could either do, in my opinion. Obviously, the heel thing would be number 2, but number 1 would be if he's gonna win and beat Roman Reigns, and now he's the biggest baby face in the company. I feel like you gotta roll with that. Like you really gotta roll with that, and he gotta come out like differently, But I don't know what I guess I feel bad for cutting Warren off now, and I ain't got it all together. But it's like. It is hard because the only thing that I would see is obviously if he loses to be the bad guy, but Cody Rhodes is like so over. I don't know.
It wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit there yet.
So,
because Cody still has a lot to. Cody has the story, and that's the thing. That's all that's been established. I'm not saying that there's nothing for him, but what I am saying is kind of like everybody. Even Warren's struggling because he ain't even know he over talking about John Cena and shit.
I was just sitting there talking about like the whole nostalgia. Triple H has got the whole run script, like what he did with The Rock, what he did with Daniel Bryan. Even though Daniel Bryan got hurt, it established him. Like anybody remembers Dan Bryan, you're remembering that title run with him. Like, I mean, it could be a whole different transition with these whole scenarios.
I'm just trying to see like where
it could create something different. I think it would give a different opportunity for some heels.
Of course, Triple H is going to figure something out, but I'm just trying to see like what your ideas were going to be.
We all know the chase is better than the actual.
Chase is better than the run, but I think it's time to get that.
I mean, the journey is better than the destination.
I think
you're right.
I think it would be a good payoff because I think, like I said, we still have a whole different thing. And we already know what's going to happen for Roman later. Roman's going to get his moment. And I think Roman's going to probably be retiring pretty soon. Like I said,
I see him. Okay, he already has a match with the Rock. Which I can see The Rock and Cody Rhodes. The Rock versus Cody Rhodes, SummerSlam. Rock and Roman Reigns, that's next year's WrestleMania. In between, you already have Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. They got a feud over there on SmackDown.
That's the feud.
You got Nick Aldis. He's over there on SmackDown, which I feel like he's about to pull out of the general manager mode, probably following WrestleMania, or something like that. So you got a couple of people over there that I think can work with Cody Rhodes until they shake some shit back up, and
Randy,
so
that's right there.
The Randy one is really going to be
after Roman. I can see a celebration. I can see a celebration, and then Randy, I'm proud of you, and then RKOing the shit out of him. I can see that. I'll be down for that.
Oh no! He punt him in the head. He got to punt him in the head.
Punt him in the head.
He got to punt him in the head.
RKO shit.
And you talking about Cody being so over? He just beat Roman Reigns on WrestleMania. He won a championship, and now Randy Orton come out to congratulate him.
Super heel RKO. Yeah.
Cody is going to be over. You talking about? So it's like that's how you do it.
Good shit, Dre. All right. That's what I'm talking about, yo. And I'm not trying to hate. I'm just saying, like, that's how I look at shit too. Like,
obviously, that's going to be part of the story. Randy's going to be the next chapter. Like he's always said, Randy's understudy. That's the beginning of that chapter. Hey, you finally did it. Wake up call. Now let's see what if you really are about that. Now we can get our matches, stuff like that. So I can see that part. Let's go to our next segment, man. Obviously,
we might have to maybe do this another time, bro. Because I gotta dip out in a minute here.
All right, guys.
We talked.
Do a roll call. We want to do our finishing line. I apologize, everyone. We just got carried away with some topics, so for sure.
It was good though. I mean, it's a lot going on.
That's what I love about some shows, bro. When you don't write some topics down and you just go off the
that's what I was about to say. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So them shows be more organic, So
yeah, for real. I enjoyed it the whole time.
Well, it's been a blast though.
Over here,
we all here. New episode of Beyond 1130, episode 5. Return tomorrow night. Talk Pro Wrestling this Friday. Follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms and subscribe to the Beeline Entertainment and Buzzing with Marlo, man. So, this was awesome.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, bootios. What you guys say about that, Warren? Yeah, I know, right?
Man, I seen your basketball pictures, man. Don't get at me with these things. Stop it.
Check it out. Listen, guys, I was supposed to be doing like a Valentine's Day special tonight with STR. Honestly, it might be canceled. I know some my crew is kind of sick, and I'm just kind of tired. It's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna go spend it with my baby, yo.
Hey, and
cook some food. Me and my baby, we're gonna spend some time together. I've been doing a lot of work lately. Now, so. yeah. So happy Valentine's Day to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching Commission. The Beeline Entertainment. We going through some changes. We're doing some different things. TikTok is blowing up really good right now. Brian B. Playing is coming back. I'm going to be playing games. So there's not going to be as many shows. I'll definitely be on with Dre. I'll definitely be on with Warren. We'll still be doing wrestling, of course. But we're doing some different stuff, man. I'm trying to switch it up, yo. I got to keep it going. But definitely subscribe to the channels. You'll still find all the content on YouTube and everywhere we stream it. But no show tonight. I'm going to spend my time on my IT tip.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Like we all said personally from the 1130, the Beeline, and Buzzing with Marlo. Happy Valentine's Day, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good one. Even if you're single, enjoy yourself. Have your fun. Like we always said, guys, we're going to finish it off. Like what you like. Watch your wrestling. Do what you need to do. We will see y'all next week. Guys, thank y'all. We love y'all. Once again, happy Valentine's Day. Also, Buzzing with Marlo will not have an episode this week. This was the only episode this week. So, guys, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for the love and support that everyone does for us each and every week. Greatly appreciate it. But if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. We really, really appreciate it. That's why we grow. That's how we do things. But guys, this has been another great episode of Buzzing with Marlo, Commission Talks, all of that, man. Guys, we love y'all, and we will see y'all next week. Have a good
y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring.
Warren Marlow, the American Prodigy. Dre on me.
Oh, that was a great night. I love that. Before just having that ending, bro. Matt, WTF.
And Brian B.
I personally feel like Gabe made the right decision by not. I think he gained a ton of acknowledgement from the matches with Gunther, taking him to the limits and them showing that.
Commission Talks.